Star Trek's biggest crossover ever just happened with 6 shocking legacy character comebacks. In a moment that will be remembered as one of the boldest and most ambitious crossovers in Star Trek history, the franchise just delivered a multi-series, multi-era convergence of characters, timelines, and ships that fans never saw coming. Not only did this event unite 6 different captains, but it also featured the shocking returns of 6 iconic legacy characters, some of whom were presumed dead, lost, or simply retired. This unprecedented event transcended space and time, proving once again that in Star Trek, the final frontier is always one unexpected twist away. Whether you're a fan of the original series, The Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, or the newer Strange New Worlds and Picard eras, this crossover felt like a galaxy-sized love letter to the fandom. Here's a breakdown of the epic scope of the crossover and the 6 legacy comebacks that absolutely no one predicted. The setup, a temporal convergence across Starfleet history. The event begins with a mysterious anomaly near the ruins of the Guardian of Forever, once used by Captain Kirk and Spock to travel through time. This anomaly begins pulling in ships, officers, and space-time echoes from across the Federation's past and future. It's part Avengers, Endgame, part Yesterday's Enterprise, and entirely Star Trek. Ships from different eras, including the Enterprise D, Voyager, the Defiant, and even the Protostar, are pulled into a shared temporal space where time is fluid and history is rewriting itself. The anomaly appears to be orchestrated by an unknown being trying to collapse the multiverse of Star Trek timelines into one dominant timeline, effectively erasing alternate histories and characters. Only a coalition of the best minds across time can stop it. Enter the return of 6 legendary figures. 1. Benjamin Sisko returns from the Celestial Temple. After vanishing into the Celestial Temple at the end of DS9, Sisko's return has been one of Star Trek's greatest unresolved mysteries until now. As the temporal storm threatens to consume Bajor, Sisko re-emerges, not aged a day. Now a being of both corporeal and prophetic existence, he warns the assembled crews of a temporal imbalance that even the prophets cannot fix alone. His appearance is regal and cryptic. He's not quite the Sisko we knew, but not entirely alien either. He walks both planes of existence, offering insights that bridge science and spirituality. When he meets Captain Janeway, the moment is electric. 2 of Starfleet's greatest strategists, finally in the same room. 2. Data reboots with Lore's memories intact. After sacrificing himself in Nemesis and returning in different forms across Picard, it seemed Data had found peace, especially with his final goodbye in Picard Season 1. But the anomaly creates a pocket reality where alternate versions of people exist simultaneously. One such version is an evolved android hybrid, Data with all of his experiences plus Lore's perspective. This upgraded Data isn't evil, but isn't entirely pure either. He possesses emotions, enhanced intuition, and even flashes of sarcasm. His presence adds a philosophical tension. Is he a person, a machine, or both? And can he be trusted with the anomaly's source code? When he shares a scene with Spock, more on that below. It's a meeting of the 2 most iconic logic-driven characters in science fiction, and their contrasting views on humanity spark a quiet but profound debate. 3. Kira Nerys is now a Starfleet admiral, and she's not happy. Colonel Kira, last seen overseeing DS9, makes her surprise return as Admiral Kira of the Bajoran sector. Hardened, wiser, but still unflinching in her convictions, she storms onto the scene, declaring that Starfleet has once again meddled with powers it doesn't understand. She arrives aboard a newly commissioned Defiant-class ship named the Kaiopaka, leading a defensive stand against time-displaced Cardassian and Dominion fleets. Her dynamic with Sisko is one of the crossover's most emotional arcs. Their reunion is tearful and fierce, both scarred by the war and the Prophet's influence. Admiral Kira's commanding presence anchors the political tension of the event, reminding everyone that Star Trek has never just been about science, it's about consequences. 4. Tasha Yar is alive, and a Romulan, in a jaw-dropping twist that echoes yesterday's Enterprise and the alternate future from Star Trek Online. Tasha Yar returns as Commander Sela of the Romulan Empire. But this time, the anomaly's reality distortion allows both versions of Yar to exist, the one who died in Season 1 of TNG, and the one who became Sella's mother in an alternate timeline. Denise Crosby's dual performance is chilling. On one side, Tasha struggles with survivor's guilt, meeting crewmates who mourned her death. On the other, Sella seethes with ambition, attempting to manipulate the anomaly to secure Romulan dominance in all realities. The inner conflict between the two versions culminates in a scene with Picard that is both tragic and redemptive. He has to face the burden of all the timelines he's lived and lost. 5. Neelix is now a Federation ambassador. Just when you thought the crossover was getting too dark, in comes Neelix, cheerful as ever, but now sporting a Federation diplomatic sash and a surprising amount of gravitas. Neelix has been working to unify displaced species across the Delta Quadrant in the wake of Janeway's mission on Voyager. His role is small but impactful. He acts as a bridge between the crew of Voyager and the new alien allies who arrive to help restore the timelines. And yes, he brings Lela Root Stew with him. His reunion with 7 of 9 is humorous and heartfelt, as the once annoyed ex-Borg thanks him for showing her humanity when she first joined the crew. It's a reminder that sometimes the heart of Star Trek comes from its most unexpected places. 6. Spock's final mission as a temporal anchor. Leonard Nimoy Spock passed away in both the real world and in Star Trek canon. But through archival recordings, flashbacks, and a bit of clever temporal manipulation, the Vulcan legend appears, not as a physical being, but as a temporal anchor, a construct of pure memory and time logic that guides the crews toward stability. Voiced using Nimoy's archived dialogue and AI-aided performance, this Spock offers guidance to multiple captains at once. He speaks to Pike, warning him about destiny. He advises Burnham through a rift in the 32nd century. He even reassures a troubled Riker who doubts the cost of merging timelines. Spock's spectral presence ties all eras of Star Trek together, the original flame guiding the galaxy's future. The emotional crescendo, 6 timelines, 1 purpose. As the anomaly threatens to wipe out divergent timelines permanently, the 6 legacy characters band together with their respective crews. Janeway coordinates the fleet. Sisko manipulates the subspace eddies using prophetic insight. Data and Spock calculate the paradox, neutralizing solution. Kira leads a temporal defense. Neelix unites fractured alien factions. And Yar, faced with both versions of herself, makes a self-sacrificial choice that collapses the anomaly from within. In one final scene aboard a restored Enterprise bridge, an amalgam of the D, E, and F, the remaining captains raise a glass to the ones they've lost and the timelines that won't exist anymore. It's bittersweet, hopeful, and exactly what Star Trek has always done best, exploring what it means to be human, no matter the era or species. Why this crossover matters. This